is Tarish Pipkins, AKA Jeghetto. I'm in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I started building puppets 14 years ago. I've been in the game. The thing that got me into puppets, I was always a visual artist. I was doing these wire sculptures. I called it 3D scribble. One day I decided to put clothes on one to actually make it move. So it was a really crude, abstract wire puppet with clothes on it, and I named him Adobe Livewire. I started working with different materials, all recycled, like scrap wood, PVC, and just started developing my craft. When I'm building a puppet, I noticed once it's coming to completion, I actually start talking to them. Once they reach a certain point of development, they actually grow into a personality. If, say I would drop one, I would actually apologize and speak to the puppet, say I'm sorry. So, I mean, it might seem a little weird, but they're a part of me, so I consider my puppets an extension of me. They freak when they see the low frequency. The puppet MC made of PVC. Best of both worlds, hip hop and puppetry. Throw your hands up in the air if you're feeling me. Jeghetto, the puppet maker, my creator, wrote rhymes on the iPad trying to save paper. One with puppet theater up in here. We are family, let's make that clear. Kicking that boom bap, old school rap. Whoever would have thought that a puppet would bring it back? Yo, rock 'em, shock 'em, robot, flows red hot. When it comes to ripping mics, I gave it all I got. They freak when they see the low frequency. The puppet MC made of PVC. Yo, they freak when they see the low frequency. The puppet MC made of PVC. My long-term goal in puppetry is to actually own my own puppet theater, like have the own building and do workshops with children and have kids do everything from writing plays to building puppets, sell distribution, merchandise. I just want to teach entrepreneurship to kids through puppetry.
You want us to cut it right here?
Let me see. Put it on top of my foot. People don't know that puppetry is considered a high art, like composing an orchestra or playing an instrument. There's a lot involved in it. Learn something, teach it, pass it along, then you move along wherever you go after you die. I do have an example of puppetry being like this deep emotional medium too. I did a show called The Shadow Box. It was a screenplay written in the 70s about a hospice, and there were 3 families dealing with a dying family member in a hospice. So I built the puppets, and the director said, you know what? Let's not put faces on the puppets. Let's leave the faces blank, but we still put hair and clothes on them. The end of the show, audience members were coming up to us after the show like, how did you make that puppet smile? Or how did you make the puppet frown and cry? And me and the director looked at each other like, there are no faces on the puppets. People were so drawn to the story that they projected faces on the puppets. So things like that happen, and I mean, how can you explain that? There have been periods in certain societies, especially kingdoms, where puppetry was banned because it was so renegade against society, basically against the powers that be. They would have street performances and say basically there was a king that ruled and there were puppeteers who were speaking out against that king through puppetry. And I mean, people were like arrested and executed. So I'm a rebel, I'm against oppression. You know, basically at heart, I'm an anarchist in the true definition of anarchy, which is no ruler, no slave, no master, no slave. The main thing that makes me a good puppeteer is my passion for the art. I don't stop. I am puppetry.